coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium, just north of downtown Tampa. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Denver Broncos and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Here's the punter, Bradley Pinion, on to get us started. And off we go from Tampa. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
He was brought down at the 20.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Shotgun snap and a give to Lindsay. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
By Mike Edwards.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. Got a man complete. It's Hamler. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Solid gain of 18 yards and a Denver first down.
On the play.
Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you, from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a long night.
On 1st down, right back to Lindsay. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
And 7 at the 30-yard line.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Lock on the give. It's Lindsay. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
Phillip Lindsay on the kick.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
3rd down.
Third and 2. Lock's going to throw. Screen pass to Lindsay. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 13-yard line. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially as pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. 14-yard line, 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 14-yard line.
From the gun, it's Locke. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Broncos take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive.
Brandon McManus lining up for the extra point.
They got to love that. 9-play drive results in 6 points.
That means they're doing the dictating. That means that they've described how the game's going to go. They're playing at their tempo, at their pace. If you're on the other side of the ball, if you're playing defense, defense is not methodical. They've got to go in there and shake things up and create a little havoc.
For Denver.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. To throw, it's Brady. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Looking for his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski, but it's going to be second down.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Brady going to try and throw on 3rd down. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's 4th. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And boy, down a touchdown already, but they're going to line up to go for it on their side of the field.
Under 10, 10. Rip. Mike 40. Rip.
They do go for it. It's Brady. And he's going to have his running back. It's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Working from the gun, it's Brady. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
At their 48-yard line.
Hey, Alabama. Hey, 40's Mike, right there. 40's Mike. Let's go one more.
Again, it's Brady. Going deep this time for Miller. That's caught inside the 20. And a big gain that time. He's out of bounds on what will be the final play of this first quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Broncos 7.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Brady. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Switch. Mike's 40. It's our time, guys. It's our time. 40's Mike. Hey, check it.
Throwing again. Brady. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
A gain of 8 brings up 3rd and 2.
Check 99. Check 99. Stay at home. Stay at home. Stay at home. Stay at home. Mike 40. Mike 40. Yo, 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 yo. Yo.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back.
Check 15. Check 15. Ozzie. Ozzie. Hey, come on now. Come on now. Sugar.
From the gun, it's Brady. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line.
Fumble on the play.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that's scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
And this is one of those bang-bang plays, Charles. Did the knee hit first or did the ball come out first?
This is where you need that 20/20 eyesight, don't you, Brandon? You've got to see which one happened first. If the knee hit the ground, then they will keep possession.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Second and short now following the fumble.
I don't think you got it. Hey, 66. 40's mine. 40's a mine. 40's a mine. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. My 40. My 40. Hey, all right, here we go. Hey, check it.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Brady. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. A 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And we are tied at 7.
The kickoff for Tampa.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And Spencer will elect to not bring it out here. It's a touchback.
At their own.
So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Shaquille Barrett there pushing upfield to make the stop. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are. Figure out the things that they really want to accomplish and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
I know a lot of Denver fans are really excited about the possibilities for Courtland Sutton now that Drew Lock is entrenched as their starting quarterback. Remember, last season, the last 5 games with Lock as the guy in charge, the team went 4-1. I think they'll only get better and better. As for the season, Courtland Sutton had 1,112 yards and 6 touchdowns with 3 different quarterbacks. Just put the ball in his vicinity, and he'll make a play.
Second and 6.
On second down, a run with Lindsey. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48.
He was brought down by...
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And he will have a first down here at about the 40. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coaches' 2-minute drill.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. Second and 11 at the 41.
Second and 11 at the 41-yard line.
Lock going to hand it off here to Gordon. And the Buccaneer defense for the second straight play, flexing its muscle by forcing a loss. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Lock working out of the gun. Open man Hamler, that's complete. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. Can almost see inside his face mask there, the look of relief. He coughed it out.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Partner, they're less than 2 minutes ago in the game, which means that this challenge was initiated by the fellas in New York.
And if you're the coach, you're thinking, thank you, New York. Throwing on first down is Lock. And he's got his tight end Fant. Touchdown Broncos.
To Noah Fant.
Noah Fant there to make the grab. And the Broncos have taken the lead.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone, so give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
McManus now for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it's Noah Fant who caps things off with the touchdown.
Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Back now comes Tampa Bay. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Brady now on first down. He'll find Miller. That's complete. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Scotty Miller.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3 at the 27-yard line.
Shotgun now for Brady. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Check my 40.
From the gun, Brady. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Intended for Scotty Miller. Incomplete. Sets up 4th.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Denver has Deontay Spencer deep to return. This is fielded at the 27. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
And just like that, on we head to half number 2.
Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
A 1-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. Now a hit and a loose football.
Fumble on the play. Recovered by the kicking team.
And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him. Second half starts with a run by Lindsey. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well.
Holding offense.
You gotta keep playing.
So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
A run with Lindsey out of the gun. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Lindsey, the Bronco ball carrier. He was brought down by Carlton Davis. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd down at the 29-yard line.
Now on 2nd and 16. Lock. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And it's 3rd.
Nice catch there by the rookie out of Alabama, Jerry Jeudy. And I am fired up to see the chemistry develop between he and Drew Lock, their quarterback. And in addition, Cortland Sutton, their Pro Bowl wide receiver from last year. This might be the best pair of receivers the Broncos have had since Demaryius Bebe Thomas and Emmanuel Sanders. This should be fun for Bronco fans to watch.
The Bucs defense stiffens and pushes this to 4th down. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call, but for a second there, I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Antoine Winfield up from the secondary with a tackle.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Officially, no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. On 3rd down, here's Lindsey. And he'll be brought down well short of the first at about the 9-yard line.
Tackle made at the 9.
3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
It's now
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Buccaneers.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there, because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
At their own 26-yard line.
Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Watch the slant. 40's Mike. 40's Mike. Man out.
On first down, Brady. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6 at the 30-yard line.
Now Brady. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
Check. 40's Mike. 40's the easy. That's what I do. Mike's 40. Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback. Yeah, check. Hey, Mike. Hey, no. Switch to Mike.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. The former first-round pick Kareem Jackson there defensively.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
.46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. On 3rd down, Lindsey. And some room to maneuver. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway.
Oh, you got to feel it, baby.
And all the way home for a Broncos score.
Denver.
Phillip Lindsey, 69 yards. And the Broncos will add on to their lead.
The extra point.
And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And Brady's throw there, incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
The 2nd and 10 now as we roll along in the 3rd quarter from Tampa.
Double dog, alert! Mike 40, check, he's coming. Watch the pass. Motion. Check it, reload! Mike's 40. We own them. Let's go,
To throw again, Brady. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Tight end right. Alert. 3 down.
Operating from the gun, Brady. And that will be incomplete.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage. Downfield, go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. A punt of 46, a return of 5. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. So the Broncos coming out now. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, but you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Brings up 2nd and...
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again, go play action, hit them over the top.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Give him 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. shotgun snap to Locke. Got a man. It's Judy, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 18 big yards on that one, and a Denver first.
First down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. They'll go again with Lindsey. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down.
Brandon McManus.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
The kick is good. Makes the score Broncos 27.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. Letting one go deep here for Gronk. He's got a man, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 39 yards there, a big one.
44-yard line.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Intercepted by the Broncos.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Locke and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. He'll hand this one off to Gordon. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 16 yards, a 1st down. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And he will get enough for a 1st down, and that will lead us to the 2-minute warning. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
A gain of 6. And the Broncos 1st down.
So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Now 2nd and 6.
Fakes the give to Gordon. Now here's Locke to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. It's a gain of 9. First down, Denver. It's starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
He's going to go up top for the end zone. Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. It's 2nd and 10 now from the 27. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And the Buccaneer defense for the 2nd straight play, flexing its muscle by forcing a loss. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. From the gun, it's Locke. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Spencer. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the 2nd half. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
1st and 10. At their own 22-yard line.
Back now comes Tampa Bay. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now Brady, and that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Brady not coming to the sideline. They're going to go for it here on 4th.
We got 3, fellas, we got 3. Line 36, line 36, 450. 72.
Brady to throw for it on 4th down. It's caught. It's Miller. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position.
The previous play is under review. After review of the play, the ruling
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll actually throw it with Locke. Got a man open, it's Sutton. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Clock now on 1st down. Flushed out right. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Automatic 1st down.
Lock now on 1st down. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
KJ Hamler, the intended receiver.
But it'll be 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal from the 10-yard line.
2nd and 10.
Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime, obviously